morning, Jags. It's first thing first period, and that means it's time for our morning show. First things first on TJTV. I'm your host, Malia.
Due to an unexpected delay, yearbooks cannot be distributed today. We can plan it to distributing Wednesday, August 25th. Please contact Mrs. Bales with any questions.
With the amount of students, Toby Johnson is in need of more advisors. One of those new teachers is Miss Reddy. Let's watch this interview to get to know more about her.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Reddy. I teach 7th and 8th grade. The teams I teach for is Hornets, Tigers, and Aggies. So I teach them all, and I teach mathematics. Ooh, I love to teach. I'm here for the kids. I'm here to be a lifelong learner, and I actually went to Toby Johnson, so I'm glad that I came back to teach at Toby. So this is actually my first year teaching ever. So I'm excited to be at Toby Johnson, and last year, term 3 and 4, I was actually a student teacher, so I'm glad I got to stick with Toby Johnson. Oh, I want my students to be challenged this year, but also have fun. So I'm teaching Math 7 Accelerated and Math 8, so I'm glad that I'm teaching both grades. I chose math because initially when I graduated high school, I wanted to be a pharmacist. And I worked at a pharmacy, and I realized my favorite part was doing calculations and teaching people how to do their job. So I thought being a math teacher would be perfect for me. Have a great school year. I'm excited to get to know all of you guys and stay physically and mentally strong.
Before we continue with the show, here's an update on cross country and volleyball. Cross country has already started. The coach is Mrs. Groves, and practice is from 3:15 to 4:45, from Monday to Friday. Practices and tryouts are held near the bleachers on the track field. You can join anytime, but you need to do paperwork. We are still looking for volleyball coaches, so volleyball tryouts have been postponed, so stay tuned for any updates.
Hello, my name is Tyler King, reporting for TJTV. Today we have Ms. Westerman, who let us interview her about 3 lab safety instructions. So the first thing that I want you to tell me is, what are the 3 main lab safety rules?
Well, there are many lab safety rules, but the 3 main ones would be definitely walk in class and read all of the instructions that are given to you, have the patience to do that. And if there's any problems with anything, ask your teacher.
All right. The second thing that I want to ask is, what are some common mess-ups that you see with students?
Well, I think that students are eager to try to do these labs because it's been a year of COVID and they didn't have the lab experience last year. And so I think being eager might cause some students to not read over the procedures, and so they just don't know what to do, and then they end up making an error because they haven't read the instructions.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And then the final thing that kind of ties into the other question is, what do you do if you make a mistake that causes something big to happen? Say a fire start. Say you accidentally cause a fire start.
Well, it's a good thing we've gone over all of the lab safety protocols in class. So if there is a fire and you have access to our fire blanket right over on the wall like we talked about in class, you would get that blanket out immediately and go hug the person and smush out the fire.
All right, and then another thing I want to add is, what if it isn't a fire, but something else happens that kind of gets the whole class to react?
Well, and sometimes things like this happen. Anytime, like glassware, if glassware slips out of its holder, you hear the psh, the break, and that stops everybody. But accidents happen, and you should always tell the teacher immediately so I can come in and help.
All right.
Keep everybody safe.
Well, thanks for letting us interview. I am Tyler King signing off.
Let's go to Malia with info on another student trip.
Mr. Wilderman and Mrs. Fittyman will announce again be taking an educational trip to Washington, D.C., Philadelphia, and New York City. This June at the end of this year, 2021-2022 school year. On Wednesday, September 8th at 6 p.m., they will be hosting an online Zoom enrollment meeting to discuss our itinerary and what's included in the price of this trip. There are only 8 spots left. They will be filled on a first-come, first-served basis. If you are interested in going, it is very important that you and a parent or guardian attend the meeting in order to enroll and save your spot. If you are interested, please see Mr. Wilderman or Mrs. Fittyman to scan the QR code or get the tour website address in order to obtain the Zoom meeting codes. We look forward to seeing all of those that are interested at the Zoom meeting on Wednesday, September 8th at 6 p.m. P.S. The main office and student services are looking for student TAs, aka teacher assistants, during their elective periods. Students must propose good communication and organizational skills. Students must also have passing grades, great attendance, and no disciplinary issues. If you are interested in applying for a TA position, applications are available now in your counselor's box outside of their offices. Student services. Applications are due to your counselor by 3 p.m. on Thursday, August 26th. Late applications will not be accepted. Thank you. Back to you, Rhiannon.
Thanks for watching today's show. Have a great Monday. We'll see you tomorrow for another episode of First Things First with TJTV.